All right, how's everyone tonight? Bob is back. Two interviews in 2 days this week. Last night was a special arrangement. Make sure I got my friend Lee on there, and it all worked out. And so here we go for our regular Thursday night interview. I love doing these interviews. It really gives everyone a better chance to see inside who's out there in the biker community, whether you're into cruisers, Harleys, Japanese bikes, go fast bikes, whatever you're into. I'm going to find somebody who rides the same bike and same style as you, and I'm going to find a group for you to ride with. So today, hi Barbie, thanks for coming. So today, this is a new group that came as a result of I think I'm going to put it diplomatically, as a splinter of another group that these guys were involved with. So they've gone their own way. They've made up their own thing. We're calling it London Sports Riders. And help me welcome Sharif and Dubai from London Sports Riders. Howdy, guys.
Good. How are you?
How's it going, Bob?
Good. So you guys are brand new. This is your first year out as this entity, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yep. This is going to be our inaugural season this year. That's right. We're at this point only an online entity, and we've been out for only 4 months.
Okay. But you've been involved in the London motorcycle scene for a little while.
I'm entering my 8th year, my 8th season riding in London specifically. Dubai is right around the same, maybe 1 year less. I think he's 7 years in London of riding.
That's right. So I've been riding since 2016, but I've been back in London since 2020, and been seeing Sharif since 2020. So 4 years riding with him.
So yeah. What bikes do you ride?
I'll let Dubai go first because he, depending on his mood, he may tell you more than one. But I have one bike. He has more than one.
The guy I interviewed yesterday had 5 bikes.
So I ride the fastest motorcycle on the planet. It's called the Kawasaki Ninja H2. And then my buddy rides the R6.
You don't need to speak for me, but yes, I ride an R6 this coming season.
Who makes the R6?
Sorry?
Who makes the R6?
The Yamaha YFZ R6, 2019. They discontinued the street production of it anyways the following year, 2020. This will be my 7th season riding with her in a row, and this will be my 6th season riding as an administrator for organizing events ride-wise. Me and Dubai won't be too much focused on the social side, but it's really more on the event riding scene that we're looking to push. But we'll get into more of that later, of course, Bob.
Yeah. So you guys plan on hosting lots of rides?
In a phrase, yes, we're looking to simply be known as one of the more active riding communities locally and maybe even within Ontario. We have a 2-year and 5-year plan. That certain objectives we want to hit 2 years from now, and within 5 years, Dubai potentially maybe out of the country 5 years from now. That's why we have that 5-year deadline.
Right.
But it's a 2-year plan. In 2 years, we evaluate where we are with our objectives, and in 5 years, we evaluate where we are as a group. But the inaugural season coming up, our first season, is really going to be a lot of trial and error. So it's also going to be a lot of free format. We're going to try new things, and we feel like it's going to be a lot of fun. We're really excited about this.
I seem to recall last year following your post that you did a lot of spontaneous rides where you would get up in the morning and put a post, hey, I'm going to be at the McDonald's at 4 or whatever. Was that you that did all the spontaneous stuff and just saw who was around?
I've done that. I don't want to say I've done that exclusively. I think there have been other groups that have done that. But I mean, essentially, it's not uncommon when you wake up on the weekend and you have that blue sky that was unexpected warm weather. People are looking for something to do. So, yes, I have. But I don't think I have done that exclusively. I don't think I can take claim to that myself. We do put a lot of just between myself and Dubai, we probably put more kilometers in the London streets than most. And I'll leave that in the sport bike community. I ain't going to include myself with the cruiser and the patch fam. They have, I think, their own, let's call it their own division. But we definitely get out there. And that's the one thing maybe me and Dubai will have in common more than other things. Amongst our very many differences, we both love to ride passionately and as often as we can.
You got Aiden McLeod Armstrong saying hi to you guys.
What's up, Noob? Noob Master, hello.
He's got a sweet pickup truck if that's his pickup.
I think that's his old man's.
Is it?
I think that's his old man. Shout out to David for his old man.
So were you talking something to me one day when we were speaking something about you might do a hybrid thing? Are you thinking about doing some car runs as well?
So, taking my experience I've had running other bike groups, it wasn't uncommon. And what we're doing, me and Dubai have stressed, we're not really reinventing anything. We're not going to reinvent the wheel here. We are still going to be a traditional maybe motorcycle club, but the hybrid approach was something that we were already practicing, which is where we'd go to, and these were usually out-of-town events where cars would join us, and usually it would be members of the family of other riders, sometimes other riders that didn't have their motorcycles available for whatever reason, and we were going to motorcycle events that come in cars, and it was a practice that happened, I would say, at least half of my events last year. So we are simply formalizing that process. Me and Dubai are looking to sponsor free track days and drag racing days where we will have segments for the motorcycle community and car community. Yeah. And it's not uncommon for motorcycle riders to also be car enthusiasts. I mean, most of us need a car anyways to drive during the off-season. Exactly. Yeah. And there are a lot of car enthusiasts that love motorcycles themselves. And it's not reinventing the wheel. We are simply formalizing this process within this hybrid approach. That way it can be open to both. You don't have to be limited to just two wheels. It can be a Can-Am, a three-wheeler. The four-wheelers, I don't know if we're going to include ATVs quite yet. I don't know if that's legal, but I mean, it's going to be a trial and error. The priority is being a motorcycle enthusiast first, right? Yeah. So if you don't have a passion for motorcycles, then it's a deal breaker. So it's not necessary to own a motorcycle. You have to have a license of some sort to be an active member with us. But if you have a love for two wheels, you could be eligible to join for sure.
So are you guys actively taking membership now?
We pretty much opened the site on the Facebook group page in October, and it was public for 3 days, so anyone could essentially join. We then changed the settings to make it a private group, and we've been getting a good following. I mean, we're almost at 100 members, and this has been throughout the entire off-season. So this is simply, again, an online entity. I really think it would matter most if we're out there. And the idea is we're holding our members accountable for joining an LSR event. Our hope is at least once a month. Right. The idea is to put a face to everybody. We want to push the street presence more than the online entity side of this group. You know, the online page is there, of course, and it has useful tools, but it's about that street presence I want to build, not so much the online presence. So.
But not in a pushy way, right? Oh, hey, talk about your page here. I'm going to share your page. So this is what the page looks like if anyone's looking to find it. London Sports Riders. Put that in your search, and you will come up with it. So, and this so they can. Yeah, well, mine's already joined, but they can start to communicate with you through this page. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Once they hit the join application button, they get a 3 questionnaire followed by our rules. And once you're on, there is obviously the main page. We also have 3 community chats. Now, for those that don't know the difference between a community chat and a group chat chats are made every day through Facebook Messenger, while the community chats are built within. Actually, you have it up there on the screen. Perfect. They're built within Facebook. For those that don't know. And these chats have a little different requirements. They're run a little differently. I'm not sure exactly about all the eligibilities, but not every member for some reason. I believe it's mainly newer accounts that they can't access those community chats. And they allow different avenues. We have the popular marketplace, the LSR chat, and on behalf of Dubai here, the media sharing chat, which is popular for memes or non-LSR content. Because as much as I'm not a fan of those, they seem to crop up any type of social online community. So, yeah. There you go. That was actually our video announcing our interview with you today, Bob.
Oh, yeah, it was. You're right. Yeah.
We filmed this about 2 days ago, and we posted it yesterday.
Yeah. Yep.
Try to give us both some exposure.
Looks good. So when you say you want to get your exposure out there on the streets, so are you guys planning on going to a bunch of other groups rides? Because lots of other groups do a poker run here and a run for veterans there and all that stuff. Is that kind of your intention? You want to get known out there by going on as many events as you can, or are you thinking more along the lines of your own events?
Well, both. If
Both.
you were to force me to pick one, Bob, I would say that LSR would be producing the most riding events. But the intention is both. We want to produce as many events as we can. It's something, again, I'm already practicing and just putting a different direction.
Mm.
But our intention is to attend any local or nearby motorcycle, car event, any type of mechanical enthusiast, whether it's automobiles, car shows, stunt shows, bike cars. Our intention is with the hybrid approach is to be open to all of that. Which really gives us a lot more to do. I mean,
Yeah,
even
of
with
course.
bike events in the local area, sometimes we can go a few weeks where there's not much to do, and we can fill those gaps within car events. We already have a planned ride. I think it's August, where Niagara Falls is having a unique car show, and our intention is to have an LSR ride there for the car show.
Yeah, they got a riding group in Niagara Falls called Torque and Throttle, and it's ran by a guy with a bike shop down there.
I know it's not much. Yeah, no, I'm not too familiar with the Niagara Falls riding community. I'm aware of a few members there. But,
So you got somebody else saying hi to you, Saw Rack Rider.
right on. Hey, that's our man Roger. Hey Roger, hope the family are doing well. Thanks for your support,
Ride. Thanks for joining us, brother. I appreciate that, and you too. Thank you, American Uncensored, there in the chat. Good to see you, brother, as always. So just so you guys know, well, during the course of becoming a guy with a channel and all that, there's little genres, right? So there's a biker news genre, and it's pretty popular in the States, in the United States. So I became friends with a bunch of the biker news podcasters from down there, right? So we get, I get people from their chat come on my chat and ask questions and all that. So the names that you don't recognize, though, that's where they're coming from. Just so you guys know.
We are some sort of associates of yours, but yeah, and it's all good.
Yes, well, at least we're getting some exposure here, there, and everywhere, right? Like we got
the idea.
we got Steve Easy here. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. Just want to swing and say hello. Thanks, Steve. I always appreciate you, brother. So yeah. So I had. Yeah, how's your knee, Steve? I hope you're getting better, bro. But I had a guy on here a couple weeks ago, and he did a first aid course for bikers. And so I've been trying to encourage everyone that I meet along my way to if you get a chance and you find this guy, go take his course. Or have you guys already taken a course?
Like a CPR first aid course?
Yeah, it's a first aid course, and it's specifically for bikers. So how to get a helmet off a head without breaking their neck and stuff like that, right?
No, I don't think I've ever actually looked into that. Have you, Dubai?
No, I've been.
I'm familiar with it, but I've never actually. So no, if you have a connection or a link, I think we'd be very interested for sure.
I'll let you know the next time there's one coming through. Usually they have them at Rockies when they have them in London.
Oh yeah, Rockies.
Well, see, you guys can probably tell by talking to me. Like the only bikes I really know how to ride, say Harley Davidson on the gas tank. But each has got their own preference, right?
To each their own.
Exactly. We're in the wind. It's all the same. That's what I was told by an old biker years ago, because I was an old club guy years ago, right? And then he was an old club guy from before I was a club guy, so he was like, you know what I mean? He said, it's all the same wind. And yeah, you're right. So are you guys thinking about doing a, yeah, it is a good course, Aiden. It came through Rockies already in January, but I'll contact the guy. It's called Biker Down First Aid. If you're ever looking to Google it and see when he's coming back our way, and if we can round up enough participants, they'll make the trip to come back. You know what I mean? Because it's worth it to them at that point to come back and hold a special course. Are you guys thinking about doing a weekly ride?
So we're still working on the exact format, but we have something in place. So one of the reasons we went with London Sport Riders is we're trying to go for sort of a sport theme. I literally gave up almost 40 years of soccer to keep riding. I remember being on the field and waiting for the ref to blow the whistle so I could get back on the bike. So it's taking that approach. Anyone that's ever played for a recreational competitive soccer team, basketball, volleyball, the usual practices, you have 2 practices a week with the team and then a game day. So we're following an approach, and that is every Monday and Thursday we're going to have our casual riding events. Monday is going to be a Starbucks coffee meet. Where we go, there may be planned destinations, but for the most part, they're casual, so we may see who attends and see where we feel like going, whether it's a port ride, a local ride, or whatnot. That's going to be every Monday. Every Thursday will be our social event where we go for an evening ride and end up having drinks together at the end of the day. Okay. That's going to be something that me and Dubai have committed to from March all the way until the end of the season. Even if it's just me and him riding together, we're committed to Monday and Thursday and providing opportunity for hungry riders that wish to join us. And then we'll obviously be looking at bigger rides as sort of game day events.
So you guys
or city events.
So you plan on being pretty busy this summer.
We normally already are, but we're putting it more into a format practice. So yeah, every Monday, we're pretty much out. For me, if I'm not working and I'm not busy with daddy duties, I'm on my bike, weather permitting. And the idea with, and we'll see how this works, is that we're committed to every Monday and Thursday regardless of weather. And that's where the hybrid approach comes in. So if the weather is not riding the material, we can still go in our cars. Now, the motivation to perhaps go on a ride might be limited, but we're still committed to an opportunity to meet people at the Starbucks. Because again, the idea is street presence. And part of the obligation that me and Dubai are holding to our members is that we're giving all active members a free hoodie.
Oh, nice.
And
when we get off air, I'll send you guys. We'll get our mailing addresses or whatever, and I'll give you guys a little crest, and we'll trade for a hoodie. If you don't mind, I'll trade you a crest. I'll trade.
You've got a deal. I love that.
So you guys will each get one. They're about 4.5 inches across.
I've seen it online. I've seen the other pull it up.
Yeah, so we'll get together one day and I'll bring you one of or a couple of these. Yeah.
And
yeah, that'd be cool.
Idea having these bi-weekly events is one of the requirements we're asking to try to be active, is to commit members to one event every month. That could be a coffee one as well. Everyone has different.
Well, that's it, and you don't want to be too militant and scare people away. Sawrack Rider said a new LSR event, motorcycle first aid. Hey, Cut, thanks for joining us. Cut to the chase. From
Roger, you read my mind.
Aiden said, my first bike was a chopper. Still have it, ride it. It's all about the sport of it for sure. 100%, man. And yeah, again, hi, Cut. And what we got? Lena, I would like to do the motorcycle CPR course. Oh. I just updated my CPR course this past weekend. So listen, if you guys want a hand putting it together and getting hold of Biker Down First Aid, I'll see if I can get, I'll at least give you the guy's number. And if we need more attendees, then we'll put it on the channel to get more attendees. You know what I mean?
I'm liking what Solak Rider is talking about. Maybe an LSR event for us to all attend as a group that might be a /ride/social event. But no, I think it's something we can commit to. I mean, we're looking to do different things with this group. There's a lot of openness to explore different channels. We're also looking at going to the air show
Hi,
not many
Tiffany.
people know this, but you can buy motorcycle parking tickets, which is almost half the price,
Oh yeah.
and hit the air show in London. I think it's on September. So
Oh yeah.
I think like $70 if you bring your motorcycle. So
That'd
we
be a
all.
good. That'd be a good group event to go to. 100%.
So that's up. Yeah, we already have a few. I think we have about 9 events already on the page.
Well, that's not bad.
But it's where?
Yeah, you already got 94. That ain't bad, bro.
We're happy with it within 4 months, but I mean, it's what we're hoping is how many of those will be active. I mean, the online presence is a part of it, but I mean, we're really hoping to get. And that was part of the bio and the reading and the. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. So I mean, but I mean, we're very happy with the process and the growth in the first 4 months. And again, this is all off season. We haven't. We've met a few members already. We were able to get a ride. I think Dubai was out of the country, but we were able to get a small group of us together for December 28th, a ride just after Christmas. Met some young guns. You're Silver. You're special. That man over there is special. Thank you. That man is special.
Blessing, Bob.
Yes, sir. What the snowmobiles and what did
Yeah,
you say?
man. Remember back in the day when you could buy a motorcycle in London, Ontario and use it? Because now you got to buy the motorcycle, buy the trailer, drive for an hour north, and hope you find some snow. It's just ain't the same. Now you guys said you were interested in the track days. What do you got in your mind for the what are you thinking? St. Thomas or Grand Bend?
It'll be Grand Bend.
Well, we're doing 2 different events. We're doing a drag racing event, so we're still undecided if that's going to be Grand Bend or Sparta at St. Thomas, as we referred to. But we are looking at Grand Bend. This would be something we have, like, I don't think we've mentioned this, but we should mention this up front, that we're offering those active members a free track day. We're looking to do this near the end of the summer in August. That way we can build our group and see can really qualify. But it's something we're going to do in Grand Bend. We talked about, what was the alternative?
Cayuga.
That might be an alternative, but for now, on paper, we're looking at a separate drag racing event. Whether it's going to be Grand Bend or Sparta, we're undecided. And hopefully we will have a full track day at Grand Bend. And this will be during August.
Yeah, you guys are going to be busy this summer if you do all these events. So a Monday thing and a Thursday thing, and then all these other side things. That'll be a good summer for you for your start off point.
I mean, me and Dubai spend that time on our bikes the majority of the time anyways. So it was just, it's more of an adjustment in how we're operating, but me and Dubai are always on our bikes. So we enjoy being busy on 2 wheels. I mean, it's, as any motorcycle enthusiast knows, it's the most liberating thing in the world.
It's that feeling, right? It's not something that you're going to describe to anyone. It's either you know the feeling or you don't know the feeling, and that's all there is to it when it comes to motorcycles. I was always a car guy. I never bought my first bike till I was in my late 20s. And I went right to a big...
37, Bob. I was very late. 37 is when I got my first motorcycle.
What got you into it?
Sorry?
What got you into riding?
My divorce.
Yeah.
It's true. I know that's very atypical, but it's true. I do it again. I don't know.
Well, the divorce part or buying the bike part?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I was like most motorcycle enthusiasts, where whenever I see a bike, I take a moment to admire it. Every time I went to work, there were always a few motorcycle bikes parked in our parking lot. I'd always take a moment, take pictures, and I'd always, like most say, one of these days I'm going to get one. And then 37, I woke up and I went and got my license. No plan, just impulse. Got my license, went to Hully Gully, bought my jacket, bought my helmet, went home. I'm like, I'm committed now. That's how I started. I totally winged it. Took me 2 tries to get the pass in the written test, though.
So you didn't take the course or nothing. You just jumped on the bike and went for it.
Well, I took the that M2 and the full M course, but yes, the written. Yeah, I only took the written test, and then I rode for a few weeks in the neighborhood, the city, before taking the Fanshawe M2 course.
Yeah, I like that. I like the Fanshawe course. I've taken it once at Fanshawe, and then I never got my full G. I didn't own a motorcycle, and the 5 years lapsed or whatever happened, right? And then I redid it again, and I took the course at Learning Curves in St. Thomas, and they're not bad either.
I took that. I used Learning Curves to get my full M. And what do you? I have actually a question. I got a question for Dubai. When did you get your license?
I started riding in 2016.
Was it here or home?
I started riding because I was in Winnipeg and single.
Yeah.
That's the reason I started riding. I had nothing better to do.
Let's not lie. Let's not lie. How many people do that though? Let's not lie. We know
You guys got to get
that reason. So valid. Not me, but valid.
You gotta go. You gotta get the
They
chromed out
said
early.
single and ready to mingle, so I mingled with my R6.
That's what I was gonna say. You gotta get a big chromed out Harley and go hang out at the strip club.
Yeah. But I started my riding career in Winnipeg, and then I moved to the Yukon, where in the Yukon I was riding for. I was in the Yukon for a year, and then I was riding there, and then when 2020 I came back, and then that's when I met Sharif.
What are the roads like?
He was going through a divorce, so I started riding with him.
He said, yeah, here, you need a motorcycle. Yeah. What hey, what were the roads like in Yukon?
Oh, it was top notch. The reason it was top notch is because the roads were going all the way to Alaska, and they maintained the roads like because the U.S. Army had to go through those roads, right? So they maintained it. So I could do good speeds on those roads. But when I came back to London, I hit every pothole. That's when I've been thinking about all my good times in Yukon. Right?
What kind of bike did,
I can assure you, no potholes in Yukon.
well, what kind of motorcycle did you have in Yukon?
I had an R1M.
Is that like an enduro bike, like
No, it's a sports bike, so it's the R1.
Okay.
It's, and then M is like a MotoGP version where they had all carbon fiber.
Okay.
I mean, although I could just do one round of Yukon, like it's like takes 10 minutes. Like I just go around the city and then go back home and then get to sleep. But Yukon was fun. Initially I started in Winnipeg, where there's a road called the Perimeter Circle, where it goes around the Winnipeg city. That's where all the sports bikes go around.
Oh, it's a loop road.
It's a loop road, yeah. So that's where I started, and from Winnipeg I moved to the Yukon and then back to London. Now, before going to Winnipeg, I was in London, and I used to see all these motorcycles at the spot. They call it the spot.
Yeah.
It used to be St. Peter's Cathedral downtown.
Yeah, on Richmond Street there.
Yeah, on Richmond Street. Yeah, the parking lot. I used to see all these motorcycles. I used to be like, I'm going to be one of them one day.
Right on.
And then 2020 comes in, and I'm riding with the legends. And I'm happy to be back in London. And London gives us the opportunity to go to Toronto. I have a lot of friends in Toronto.
Yeah.
And riding with the groups in Toronto, I'm like, you can go back and forth. Like, when the summer hits, there's lots to do. Like
I say, I've only been doing this channel for a year, and I've been fumbling my way through it just like everybody else does, right? But I
Yeah,
found
we'll be doing that this season. Well,
I-
something from up through. I mean, it isn't an August season.
there's a bunch of riding groups that you guys can go and take your group and get together with their group and go on a ride together. You know what I mean? And then and then maybe the next time it'll be three groups together or something like that. And you extend. You know more people in the motorcycle community, right?
I'm not sure if you're familiar. I think that it came up in a previous interview actually, but if you're familiar with London Motorcycle Riders, LMR, it's actually a group that we sort of aspire to be in a sense in their form of their activity and their street presence. Not, and I mean, I did give Brett a shout out to sort of say he was sort of the inspiration of the direction we're taking, but. We're. What do you guys?
I mean, there are a couple of private groups that I write to Toronto.
Yeah, actually, I actually just completely skipped my step. So LMR Brent, they actually had what you just suggested, a multi-group ride. Maybe it was the Port Dope. Hi. What's up, cowboy?
He fucked up the lighting.
Yeah, what did you do?
That is hilarious. There it is. Back up.
What did you do? That's a commercial. What did you do? No. Oh, here we are. Hold on, I think we're back. Hang on.
Yeah. I had the guys from LMR on for one of my first interviews. Actually, they're good people.
Yeah, I think they've only been around, and this was a shock to me when I learned this. They've only been around, I think, 3, or this is their 4th season.
Right on.
And so they've done very well in a very short amount of time. They've done very well, but they hosted exactly that idea, but where there was a multi-group ride, it was to Port Dover.
Yeah.
And so I have a feeling that practice may continue, whether it's with them or us or other groups. But I mean, in the end, as complicated as it gets, the riding community is one big community.
Well, basically, yeah, right. Like
really,
just sitting here right now, I know that
nice.
I know that Tilsonburg Bike Night needs someone to take it over. It's on Friday, and they used to meet at the Legion. And the guys who used to run that bike night can't do it anymore. So there's one on Friday, and there's a group page that somebody started called St. Thomas Motorcycle Riders, and he needs someone to take over that page also.
They just offered that. I saw that online, I think, yesterday. For 2 days back. It's and that's the thing. Me and Dubai have been running around quite a bit. Again, this will be my 8th season, and I can't tell you how many groups have come and gone. There are some groups that have sustained themselves and they've been around for a while, but you don't hear about much. But there are groups that come in for a season or two and then they step out. It's consistency is really down your. Well, I would say 2 things: your passion and luck. I mean, there's a lot of hazards out there. Cost. The hobby is. Everyone knows how expensive this hobby is. So being consistent is hard. And me and Dubai have found a way to continue that. And we're hoping to meet others that can be as consistent out there with their street presence as ours.
Well, we got another person here say hi. Ben Harrison. Good vibes riding 2 wheels only.
What's up, Ben?
Hey, Ben's one of your people? Yeah, right on. So the word
We're
got
not
out there.
for Harrison.
And you know that's the thing, like the motorcycle community, like you say, at the end of the day, it's not that big in any city. You know what I mean? So I've really, because again, I really didn't have a solid plan when I started this channel, and then I started reading about all these riding clubs and different groups and all the cool things they did for abused kids and people in need and people that just wiped out their bike and need a hand. And the Ride for Sight and poker runs and all that and veterans runs and all that stuff and all these things are being the money's being raised by bikers, right? So see that's a good bike night when the 50-50 gets up to $700. I really hope somebody takes over that one in Tilsonburg. The pictures I used to get from it were a lot of bikes, big attendance. Hey, Lee, thanks for coming, bro. But yeah, is that what you're talking about? So, Sorak, the Tilsonburg one? We got Lee from Texas.
You want
How
to
are
try
you?
put it back on the TV? Oh yeah. We're gonna try because we were broadcasting this on our TV here, Bob, and when Cowboy here sat down, he hit the remote. So we're gonna have Mr. Executive Producer try and get this back on the TV. So apologies for the technical difficulties.
I can still see ya.
You know what? Thanks for coming, bud. Take it easy. Drive safe.
One's tech engineer over here.
Mister, there we go.
That is correct. I do remember him saying that song.
You stay where you are.
Raising money for God.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you guys. You guys are fine. I got you guys. You're fine. Hey Lee, thanks for coming, brother. I appreciate it. I hope you're feeling well. Who else we got? American Uncensored.
Yeah, I mean, hearing about the Tilsonburg, I've heard about the motorcycle meetup. I've been also wanting to go for their motorcycle meetups, but hearing, did you say that they're trying to find someone new for the motorcycle meetup?
The one in Tilsonburg, yes. Yeah, they've got no one. They've got no one to run the one in Tilsonburg so far this year.
The St. Thomas group as well.
Yeah, I mean, we went all the way to Hamilton.
Yeah.
For a motor meetup. Do you remember?
Yeah, I mean, we'll go all the way to Toronto. I mean, that is our intention when we say this to every local event. We're talking about London starting here to GTA. I mean, if there's something worthwhile in Montreal, we're going.
Yeah, we're not going to stay in London, or we're not going to stay until Cambridge. We're going to go far and beyond. Like, because all my friends are in Toronto. And having I have like a private group, it's called CMMC.
Yeah.
And they are from Toronto, and they have almost 500 riders in their group. And
nice.
Even though for the events maybe only 100 or 150 show up, there's almost 500 riders in their group. So I usually they usually let me know that they're going to meet in Scarborough or Markham, and then I usually do the rides all the way there. But then the problem is people from London, they don't want to ride all the way to Toronto. Yeah, I can tell you about the adventure. Like back in 2021, I was hanging out at the spot. And somebody said at 12 a.m., why don't we ride to Toronto? And I was like, let's go. And then at 12 a.m., we went all the way to Toronto. And then in Toronto, there was a spot where all the bikers meet up in the early mornings. I don't know the exact spot, but we saw the sunrise. And then we rode back from Toronto at 6 a.m. back to London.
Yeah.
So we are like that kind of riders, right?
Absolutely.
Like if they say let's go Toronto at 2 a.m., I'm ready. Let's go.
That's cool, man. Yeah. That's the fun part.
Yeah.
RPMs in their veins.
So
I'm just in the process now of gathering information. I'm gonna put an old school calendar. You know the kind you hang it on your wall and it flips up for the next month. And and I'm going to put all the weekly rides and all the events and all the things. And then I'm going to sell advertising on the page that you hang to the wall and see if I can get it. So if you guys are going to do a weekly event at some point, chuck it in a message to me so I can make sure I get it in the calendar and all that stuff. And if you guys know somebody, this guy here in the chat, Solrak Rider, brother, if you got people or ties to Tilsonburg, see if you can step in there, man. Because I think it sounds like it was a really good night. It's already established, and the guys are down there to give you a hand. There's a phone number on the post and everything. So, yeah, man, if you can keep that one alive, that'd be really cool. Same with Aiden. Yeah, it's too bad Tilsonburg, it's still an hour and a bit ride both ways, right? It's a bit out of the way, right?
Yeah, and I also sometimes, I travel to Florida. So I go to Tampa, and Tampa has their own. It's called Bay Area Riders,
Yeah, yeah.
and you go for their bike meetups. They have all the bikes in the world, tons of H2s and tons of BMWs.
It's
So
cool.
High profile.
In the winter, that's the place to be at. Go there and go for the meetups and see all those bikes. I mean, there's a lot of high boosters, but all the modded ones.
Yeah.
I think that's the passion with motorcycles.
Yeah,
there's such a culture, that happens, not necessarily just on the bike, but around bikes. I mean, and that's if you're in the running community for even half a season, I think you get that message or feel right away if you're fortunate. Depends where you go.
I think that's how come Show and Shine always attracts people. Because
Absolutely.
when you park a bunch of motorcycles together, everybody walks around them and looks at them anyway. It's natural.
Yeah.
That's what we did when we were kids. I mean, any one of us in this community, we had to. I mean, it was your live action superhero character in flesh. So.
And we were just talking last night because the big myth, I guess, around the Harley Davidson scene is that the younger riders are usually, the way it used to be was you buy a Japanese bike for your first bike and learn how to ride. And then you buy a small Harley and then you buy a big Harley. Back in the day, that's how the progression always went. And now they're like, well, it seems like we've lost the younger generation on the Harley because they're too expensive. You know what I mean? $40,000, $50,000 for a motorcycle.
No, I feel like they have to start somewhere, right? So they have a lot of options to start at. Like all these Chinese bikes are coming into the market, like the CF Motos and all those bikes out there. So they have a lot of options. They don't have to start on a Harley. They can start on a CF Moto. There is Moto Guzzi is there. There's Husqvarna. There's a lot of bikes you can start on.
I don't even know what any of those are.
My buddy rides a Husqvarna. So
It's a chainsaw.
those are Swedish.
You know what
They are owned by KTM. So
Yeah, they're the same company that made chainsaws.
yeah, that's right.
And
And
they
they're
make
Australian.
chainsaws and lawnmowers and all that stuff.
Yeah. So they're
Now-
pretty good, and there's a lot of options you can start on. It's not like back in the days that you only
Exactly.
had Harley to start on. So
What are these bikes that they're calling Groms? Hey, do you know what a Grom is?
Yeah, Grom. Yeah, we know. Grom.
What is a Grom?
A Grom is
It's
like a
mainly
250
cc.
250cc. It's also kind of a starter bike.
Oh, okay. Is that what it means? Okay.
I think people would call it mini what was it? Mini they're almost like mini motorcycles. Anyone that's been on anyone like Grom will tell you it's been a lot of fun. I think I've only been on a Z250, or sort of the equivalent. I don't know if I've actually been on a Honda Grom, but they're a lot of fun. Not very powerful. Don't ever take one on the highway. I mean, no. But they're a lot of fun to zip around. Almost got one myself until I had a chain mishap.
Honestly, I started, my career of motorcycling started when I was 14 years old, and I was in India for vacation. I started on 100cc. That's how I started to learn how to shift gears. That's the first step, right? When to leave the clutch at the right time. So I started at the 100cc, and then I came to Canada. I started on the 100cc back in 2007, 2008. I came to Canada in 2012.
You want a 100cc bike?
100cc bike.
You never told me this.
Where was that where you were riding? What country was that in?
In India.
Is it scary riding a motorcycle over there?
It's called a Yamaha RX 100. It's a 100cc motorcycle.
Is it
That's
scary?
what you learn how to do the clutch. When you have to leave the clutch.
That'd be very forgiving.
And then 2016 when I came to Canada in 2012, and 2016 is when I got my first motorcycle. That was a Yamaha R6. And
How was the traffic in India?
it depends where you're living. The place I was living.
So you see all those TikTok clips. It's not like that everywhere.
No, if you can ride in India, you can ride anywhere in the world.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Canada is more disciplined.
He's not wrong.
Canada is more disciplined.
You got cars
I
coming
was
at you
able
from
to learn
everywhere.
in India, and then I used to live in UAE. It's called United Arab Emirates in Dubai.
Yeah.
And my parents never let me get a motorcycle because motorcycle was not a big thing in UAE. But now it's like people are getting into the vibe. But back in the days, it was not a big thing. But then I came to Canada in 2016 in Winnipeg. I got the R6, and then that's when I learned how to lean on a bike. Because on my first ride on the R6, I was racing it, and then I was just turning the bike, and the bike wouldn't turn.
Right.
The curve was coming in quick.
You got to
And I could turn the bike. And that's when I learned how to lean on the bike.
Yeah. As soon as you learn how to push steer, man, you can get out of anything.
Yeah.
You know, when you push the bar and it goes that way, it seems
That's right.
It seems
That's
counterintuitive, but it works.
That all info I learned in Winnipeg. I perfected it, and then I went to Yukon and I got straight roads and I forgot it. And then I came back to London, and then I was with all these legends like Sharif and a couple of people, and I learned a lot from them.
They don't got you out there.
I'm happy to be back in London, and running this group called London Sport Riders. I'm very happy to be partnering with Sharif for that.
I don't know about legend.
No, Sharif is a legend back in the scene, like back in the scenes in London.
I'll accept notorious. All right, but legend. Let's not get comical. So.
No, because when I came to London, there were two options. So Sharif, offered me to ride with him. There was another person who offered me to ride with them. I went with the another person, and then I got into an accident. I learned my lesson, and then I came back. So I should have followed Sharif's steps, but I learned my lesson through the other guy, and I came back. And he went out of the screen, so Sharif.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, cheers. Appreciate it.
If you guys are ever gonna go to a bike night down in Niagara Falls, look up this guy's Facebook group.
We know most of the people in Niagara Falls because we always go for rides in. Actually, lately we have been following the group. What is the? I forgot the.
I think his weekly rides are on Thursdays, if I'm not mistaken.
Can you show me the top again, Bob? Just want to get the name.
Torque and Throttle. Right there.
I think we know these guys.
Oh, I got it in there. It's
I'm
right
not
there.
executive like you. Legend.
Quiet. Yeah, I believe from what I'm gathering from this group, I believe he seems like a good guy to know. So, and he's got a bike shop too. So if anything goes wrong while you're down there, at least you know you got a bike shop.
How long have they been? How long has the group been up?
This group, I think it's been up a few years. I'm not 100%. Does it tell you?
I think if you hit the About tab right next to discussion, maybe.
Private group, 2020.
4 years, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. I think if our membership was at that point, 4 years, we'd be very fortunate. So not bad.
Actually, we were in 2016.
I don't know how, but mine bounced up really fast. I got, yeah.
Look. Yo, Solid Rider, cheers.
Yeah, man. Mine bounced up pretty quick.
Yo, get that on a t-shirt.
I was happy with that. Hey, do you guys ever go to these swap meets? Do they have guys who here? Let me get rid of that screen.
I don't.
So in the Japanese motorcycle community, because that's not what I've ever ridden, right? But yeah, he put that on T-shirt. That's right. But like with Harleys and stuff, Harley guys will gather all the parts they need and build their own motorcycles. Do guys do that with like Yamahas and Hondas and shit?
Well, that's Aiden. Aiden's one of those guys for sure. I wouldn't say me and Dubai are one of those if we were going to be transparent, but there's a good number of them out there. I would say most, and it's the one area I would say that I wish was different in my aspect. Most of the riders I know are mechanics themselves, so they know the blood and guts of their bike and what.
Yeah.
I rely on the professionals. I purchased my motorcycle from Inglis, and I keep it there for the majority of my services. But I would say the majority of bikers, at least I know, are mechanics themselves and know the ins and outs of their bikes. Me and Dubai, we're very capable operators.
Same.
Very capable operators of our vehicles. But as far as the blood and guts and mechanics, I'd say that was our opportunity for sure.
Yeah. We know how to get the motorcycles up to 350.
Well, see, and yeah, 350 my ass. And see, even being a Harley rider, I wasn't the type of guy that fixed my own motorcycle. But the reason I ask is because these things, see on the screen here? Here, let me get rid of this comment. So it's called a swap meet. So this is where you take all the parts for motorcycles that you don't need and you sell them. And then if you're making a motorcycle and you need a certain part, this is where you go find it and buy it. But they're usually for North American bikes. Maybe it's time for someone to make a swap meet for.
I mean, I'll tell you what. I mean,
In London.
when you're in London, but when you're buying new bikes, that's not usually an issue. But for my bike, for example, my R6, technically Yamaha will stop making parts for my bike in 3 years. Technically, now
after 10 years.
After 10 years, but if there's, I believe they're still making my track version of my bike, so my parts should technically still be available. So that's when that would come in handy, for sure. Once your bike is beyond that 10-year span, where do you get your parts?
I bet you.
Marketplace.
Aftermarket.
I bet you those swap meets would be a good idea for Japanese bikes. I bet you they would be good. See, we're getting new ideas out of this. So on and off-road bikes, I don't know what you guys call them. I think they call them adventure bikes now, but we used to call them enduros. My brother had this. Really cool, really tall enduro, a big old Yamaha. Man, oh man, it was fast. So that it was like a 550. It flew. But it was a strange bike. It was set up when they built it.
Tenor of Yamaha is an adventure bike.
What's that?
Tenor.
Yeah, Yamaha.
Yamaha Tenor is an adventure bike. See, my ultimate dream is to get a BMW GS and have it drive all the way to Alaska. That's my ultimate dream.
Is that cruiser style or is that sport bike style?
So the adventure type.
Adventure type, yeah.
So they said the BMW GS is hard to kill because they can go all the way. Like I've all the years the years I've been living in Yukon, I've seen most of the motorcyclists coming on a GS, BMW GS. I think it's a 1200 or a 1300, and they drive from the US all the way to Alaska. So my ultimate dream is to get one and then drive from London to Alaska. So hopefully, yeah. I don't think I can do it on the H2 because the H2 only lasts 100 kilometers on a gas tank.
So by the way you're talking, you really liked it up north, eh? It sounds like it got into you. Did you like it up there?
That again? Sorry?
Did you really like it when you were up north? In the Yukon?
Oh, yeah. I enjoyed Yukon. Yukon, when you go to Yukon, you see places and then you think, God could create, such beautiful places. And I've always said to, when I came back to London, to everyone that, when you get a chance, let's go back to Yukon and see the place. And, that's where, Donald Trump's grandfather was raised. So,
How do you know this?
because Donald Trump's grandfather still has a home there. So I know all the history. I know we're getting dashed by Donald Trump, but
The Trump family has property in Yukon?
yeah, he Donald Trump's grandfather used to gold mine in Yukon because Yukon used to be a big gold mine town.
It was a gold place for a while.
Yeah,
Did
it's
they
still
get it
a
all?
gold place. Like you still can go there and dredge. I think it's called dredging or something like that. So you can dredge gold in the Yukon still.
Yeah. Remember they used to have them shows about it on TV, and they would go.
That was shown on TV. Yeah.
Yeah, they would go to where an old mine is shut down, and then they would dredge it, and they would find some more gold.
Yeah, that's right.
I think.
Right, yeah.
I don't.
It still is there in Yukon, but nobody wants to go there because you'll have to.
But how long was your riding season in Yukon? 2 months.
I think I used to get almost 5 months in. 5 months.
You can ride for 5 months.
5 months, yeah.
That ain't bad.
On a straight line, nothing else.
So hey, you guys are getting a shout out
Right
from
straight, and then right, and then back, and then home.
yeah.
Straight, right, back, and then home.
Okay.
Hey, you guys are getting a shout out from Jess. Jess said these guys need a shout out for all their hard work.
What's up, Jess? Woo! Thank you.
Thanks, Jess.
Who else we got? Ben Harrison. Oh, they're figuring out each other's
Why
names.
don't you bring your name? Maybe you should have a seat. What is happening? Oh, I'm in.
So Yukon was fun, and coming back to London, in Yukon at least I used to ride an hour around the city, but then coming back to London it became half an hour because so many
I
potholes.
feel like
I just ride half an hour and then go home.
The streets are horrible in this city, aren't they, man? Jesus.
I was on vacation actually. I was in Dubai and then I went to India and then I came back to London. I was like, man, the Indian roads are better.
No.
All these potholes.
No.
I think Sharif got a bad pothole.
That's
on
actually
his,
what
car.
I'm looking for. I had a pothole 3 days ago and my rim is finished.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I took it to a rim shop. They said, no, they can't fix it. I have to replace it. Hang on, where
Oh, we
is that?
got a couple of mechanics who are in your group. Did you know that?
We're hoping to be versatile. Aiden, I'm aware of Aiden. We have one right here as well. I mean, I
Yeah.
think that's the idea of any motorcycle group. You want to have a versatile family. You know, everyone brings their own value to the table. So we hope to bring something different. But I mean, yeah, is that my
Oh, you can see it. Okay.
Yeah, I can see. I can see it. Jess, you know what to do. All you gotta do is be active on it, and it's all yours. Now, she's from Sarnia, I believe. So for her to be active, that's going to be quite a commitment. But
Oh, that's cool,
let's see
man.
what you got, Jess.
That's really cool. So yeah, because I remember last summer you had the odd ride down to the bridge, didn't you? Wasn't that
Are
when
you talking about Blue Water Bridge in Sarnia?
Yeah.
That's basically an annual thing we do. We do have one planned this year, and we're going to make it an evening event because it really is quite something when when the bridge is lit up at night. So that will probably be maybe even one of our Thursday events. We'll see. But anything that's within striking distance of an hour, those will be essentially automatic for us. Essentially.
Yeah.
2 hours possibly. I mean, anything within an hour's ride is an automatic. If it's a bike event, if it has a scenic route, if it has an attractive destination or some sort of festival to it. Even the same idea with our motorcycle event to the London Air Show with the motorcycle parking. I don't think anyone's done it as a group, and those are half-price tickets for riders. If we can all go as a group, and
that's a great way to go.
We do it together, but anything within an hour's reach is automatic.
Are you going to the bike show in Toronto? It's at the exhibition grounds. It's in a couple of weeks.
We already have. It's happening. Are we talking about the one happening on the 16th of this month, or the exhibition is in March?
Well, the one already happened in January. This one's on the weekend of the 14th to the 16th or something. Yeah, it's around Valentine's Day.
Yes, the 16th. Yep. No, we already have an event for it.
Yeah.
We already have an event up on our page for that, so we are committed to going. And again, that would be in a car event, obviously, where they're considering. Here it is. LSR, the motorcycle and power sports show. Is that the one we're talking about? Yeah.
How many Friday 13th they got this year? One? They got one in June. Did you guys go? Did you go to those events at Port Dover?
The Friday the 13th?
Yeah.
Also already on our page. Let's see. I mean, those are, again, for this type of group, Bob, those would be anything traditional like that. Anything with that kind of history. That's going to be automatic for us. But, we already have an event for Port Dover planned in our book. We already, I think we have 9 events already set up. And I'm not sure what Dubai is doing.
Sorry,
What is he? What's going on?
Okay.
We have low battery. All right,
it's okay. We have enough charge.
Well, I have
We have enough charge.
Okay. So if we cut out, I'll call you back on the phone.
No, continue.
That's funny.
He's the boss.
Well, I'm glad you guys are.
In March, we'll plan on something in March.
We already, if we're talking about the exhibition event, I've already had that arranged. So, for those that don't know, Dubai was actually away the last 6-7 weeks. He just came back to us, and that's why we had Bob postpone or delay our interview until he came back. But so he's unaware, but I've actually created those events. So we already have events the first 4 months of the year, whether they be car or bike events. But we will be at Exhibition Place. I'll bring you up to speed.
Well, like I say, when you get all your events firmed up, send them to me so I can post them in my videos, and I can get them in that calendar. Because I really want to do that calendar this year, see how it sells.
And these are our new sweaters,
Hoodies.
I like them hoodies. They turned out nice, eh?
Yeah.
Very nice. These will be their traditional hoodies. A few members already gone to take it upon themselves to make their own sort of custom, which is what I've done with the white one. And I guess you want to start with that?
Yeah, we should explain what the hoodies are about.
Well, this is if this group was a movie production, this is our executive producer. So he was behind acquiring these for us and our members. So I'll let you talk about them.
You want me to bring your logo back up? Here. I'll put your logo back.
So explaining about them, we have our Canadian logo up there. It says LSR, London Sport Riders. Our motto is sharing the streets. And coming to the circle, we have London Sport Riders. That's our group. And we are established 2025. And at the bottom, if you see London City Bikers Ontario, that's the group that I run. Other than before London Sport Riders, I had a group. And we still have that group running. So we partnered up with London Sport Riders. And at the bottom, if you see Dubai Motorcycle Company, that is also, again, my group that is sponsoring all this hoodies and the logo and everything. And that is Dubai Motorcycle Company is run by my dad. and my father is the one who's sponsoring all these hoodies and
the
the track days and the drag days.
So what does
So,
the motorcycle company do?
Dubai Motorcycle, all these groups are all online groups, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So they are.
it's not a business. It's not like a
I mean,
motorcycle.
like for example, it is my dad's business who's sponsoring this, but I haven't had all that name on the hoodies right now. But he's behind the scenes always. Like he's always supporting us and helping us to reach greater heights. So when Sharif
and here's the
came,
thing, Bob. We're not selling the sweaters.
yeah.
So we're not. This
Right, I caught
the
that.
driving force behind this is not to make any type of any kind of income. This is a channel for us to take what we are very passionate about and whatnot, and we're using our resources to reward those that share that passion with us.
Yeah.
But no, nothing's for sale. So I mean, it's and this is why this is a very generous sponsorship. This is more of a helping us run this culture with our not just our push, but the sharing streets philosophy. This is giving us a chance to make an impact in a way that might be a little bit different in a positive way. Bit of an experiment, but no. Sorry to interrupt you, Dubai, but this is the thing that's key. We're not selling anything here. It's we're doing this in a sense on a voluntary basis.
And then you said you said earlier we're off camera that you're kind of not like working with a specific charity or trying to raise money for a specific group at this point because you're getting the kinks and whatever out of it.
We're definitely very green, and it's going to be an August season. Those are something we can certainly build to. But I mean, I think for order for us to be successful, we need to demonstrate everything we're putting out there to do. And until we can demonstrate that, I don't think there'll be any value to go for charities or whatnot, because I think you have to build a name first. But something we can build to. I mean, it's
exactly. And then you gotta decide whether you want to become a charitable blah blah blah, and sometimes there's legal things get involved and all that, right? So
it's called politics too. So I mean, the more casual we could keep this, I think would make things.
Hey David, thanks for coming, bro.
But again, because of the 2 and 5 year plan, again, if we're fortunate and this is still something we're doing 5 years down the road and Dubai is no longer with us, for example, then my direction and outlook and how this will look may change radically. We will see. So I mean, the first 2 years is really where we're going to define ourselves.
At the moment, at the moment, all our focus is about getting the London Sport riders out there. Like we got to be different. Like
I was just gonna say, not every motorcycle group or riding club or whatever you're calling yourselves has to do charity work. There's nothing saying you have to. You know what I mean? Sometimes you do as much good by being out there and offering people more friends to ride with. A lot of people own a motorcycle that don't have friends with motorcycles. And it's surprising how many motorcycles are parked in the garage because the owner doesn't have anybody to ride with.
No, honestly, like I said, it's my dad who's sponsoring all this. Like it's not coming out of my pocket. I approached my parents and I was like, we are starting a venture called London Sport Riders. And then that's how the hoodies and the logo, everything came to be. So, this is like an international sponsorship. Like my parents are from Dubai. So they are sponsoring all the way from there. And my dad has his own charity and he does his own charity and all back home. So that's a different spec on itself. But coming back to what we have for this season, he has said that he is going to do, sponsor London Sport Riders, hoodies, track days, drag days. That's what is, coming up for us this year. Now, the track days, you don't have to be riding a sport bike or a touring bike. You could be on a cruiser and still show up for the track day. That's the specialty of my track day, because the track.
What are your plans for track days? Or the people that want to run their bike down the track go ahead and do so?
But yeah, so from my understanding, the Grand Bend track, if we get the Grand Bend track for the whole day, my understanding is that anybody can show up to the track and experience the track. It's not like they have to be professional. They could just go around the track and experience it. That's what we need. We want people who are supporting London Sport riders to experience the track, like what it feels to go around the track.
After you sign the waivers.
After you sign the waivers.
Not around. It's just a straight drive.
Like Aiden can literally show up on a chopper, and there are some stipulations. Of course, you can't show up on an underwear and. You gotta be dressed safe. Yeah. You need to have the riding jeans.
There will be requirements.
Yeah, there will be requirements, and they can experience the track.
Color balance.
I think nobody else has offered that. Nobody else has said, why don't you show up for a track day with whatever you have and then ride it. We are telling whatever you have, whatever motorcycle you have, show up.
Yeah.
And ride it.
Go for a ride.
There are very little stipulations riding gear. That's basic.
That's it.
Ride motorcycle.
In St. Thomas, you can go on Friday evening in St. Thomas and do that, and then
and on the drag day, there's no stipulations. On the drag day, you can ride with a normal jeans and a normal sweater or a normal jacket.
I would go to their website. They do have a few stipulations, such as boots over your ankles, gloves, leather jacket, or some sort of, and obviously a helmet and gloves.
Yeah.
But they're more flexible, absolutely. They're more flexible. But yeah, those are stipulations that were. And I think what Dubai's trying to get at with especially with our hybrid approach, and this is something that's already been done. So we're not going to come on and say this is a first.
Yeah.
When we're out at Grand Bend, there'll be different sessions, and if we have enough interest from the car community as well within our membership, we can have that one session where we have our bikers. Next session is cars. Whether we have a different segment or just we're looping between the two, it all comes down to where, and that's why we're holding it for August. Give us an opportunity to build and see where we're landing at that point.
Yeah.
And how that format went. There's been another group that's been out for a while. They did something similar, I think, this past season, where it was motorcycles and then the 250cc, so the Groms and the Z250s. And I thought it was a great idea, where they did mini motorcycles, or mini, I forget what they called it. Mini GP, I think what they called it. So, you have that flexibility, and that we can tailor that to the interest of our members. So if we have enough of both with our hybrid approach, motorcycles and cars, we can definitely do a hybrid track day.
The whole day is a track day for us. So they let us do the car or the motorcycle. If we can get if you're paying the amount for the whole track day, I think we'll reach a point where we can do anything, like bikes or cars versus bikes.
Dirt bikes only?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have the Formula One. I'm just kidding.
You don't want to be done for an old Tesla.
Teslas on the track. Why not?
For anyone that doesn't know, all the font on our shield here is all with the Tesla font, and that is in a shout out to Dubai, who I think has owned almost every Tesla out there. He almost got the Cybertruck.
Yeah, almost. Cybertruck is on the way. So hopefully before August I can get a Cybertruck on the track.
But
before the event.
The LSR leaf, the logo, the writing, all of it is, if anyone hasn't noticed, that's the Tesla font. And that's an attribution to my Mr. Executive over here, to his passion.
We're always trying to do something different. We don't want to be like the other groups out there.
We're going to go against the grain, I believe.
Yeah.
I would definitely I definitely say it's fair that we're going to go against the grain.
Yeah, something different, like.
But there's, at the end of the day, there's only so many different things. Are you guys even bothering calling yourself like a riding group or a riding association or?
I mean, again, casual is the idea, and Bob, I think we talked about this. There's so
That's a nice.
when you become anything, well, here's the idea. For those that don't know, if you were to formalize a group, like most of our cruiser families out there, patch groups, whatnot, there is their own requirements, and let's say there is some sort of permission really needed, and we are staying as a casual group, an online entity, no MC, no clubhouse. It's, again, I'm looking to recreate sort of a sport league feel. Again, I gave up nearly 40 years of soccer to spend more time on my bike. So I'm replicating that experience, that 2 events every week from March on. Main events sort of as our game days. So we're using the online platform, you could call it just our communication array. And then it's getting together, there's our passion together. But not going to any formalities of that nature. We're not going to be a clubhouse. Again, we won't have an actual clubhouse. This is something me and Dubai haven't really announced yet, and we are hoping to, informally play in the corner of the Hamilton and Highbury, if I'm not mistaken, as the LSR corner.
Yeah.
That will be essentially where we have our Starbucks meetups, using Shell gas station as the meet point of the city. It's a Highbury quick shot for 401, so that will be a corner we hope to spend a lot of time in. So you can call that home base if you like, but no, we're going to be keep it casual, keep it light, keep it family oriented. That can change, I suppose. I mean, but right now, I mean, in a sort of discovery phase we're in. The idea is to keep it less complicated. Again, we're not reinventing anything. I am simply taking that's already in practice and formalizing it.
Still, we are going to meet them.
You've done this before,
we call
right?
it the spot downtown, opposite Jack's. That space is where I found Sharif. Literally, is where I met.
Most of us met in the downtown.
So that's not going to change. We're going to still be there. We're going to be out there promoting London Sport riders and everything.
Yeah.
And,
to clarify, what we're referring to with the LSR corner is essentially whenever we're having anything on the LSR page where we have an LSR event, essentially the meetup point will be that corner. The Starbucks is also already located there. That will be our Monday events. Our Thursday events, if we're leaving town, it's the Shell across the Starbucks, refueling station, convenience store. There's a McDonald's right by, coffee for anybody. That will simply be our, so this, what Dubai's talking about is, I think, what we're doing on our own time, perhaps. Yeah. But as far as LSR formal events, we're looking to unofficially have an LSR corner with Hamilton and Highbury. That's Starbucks and whatnot. And they're actually already very familiar with Dubai. I've seen the love he gets from Starbucks. Man loves his coffee. And they love him. I mean, if you guys watch the show, everyone knows what's Cheers. That's Starbucks version of Dubai and Cheers. Everyone knows Dubai.
And Thursday's for?
We are still discussing our events for Thursday.
Thursday we may have LSR bike night. We're still discussing.
We're simply talking about our evening ride event where we get drinks together, and we're just trying to find out if that's going to be a regular location. Dubai is very attached to Forked Rivers, which is what we were thinking about for Thursday.
It's called Forked River Brewing.
But he hasn't sold me on it quite yet.
Yeah.
Because for everyone that knows me, I don't drink beer. And it's a beer brewing location.
The Northern Mentor.
Yes.
Hey, the Northern Mentor stopped in to say hi to you guys.
Northern Mentors.
They're from Huntsville, these guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
You guys want to have a seat? You're all creepy, just standing there watching.
What if I like to watch here?
Yeah, so this that's basically our story, and
Yeah, man.
We'll see.
we are gonna grow. Like we're still young.
Well, it's
We
fun
will
in
not
the
grow.
It's called an inaugural season.
Inaugural season. We
Yeah.
will grow. All I can say is that if international funding is coming into LSR, that means we are big already. Like, we have funds coming in from outside, helping us to grow. That means we are already big. So
Sure, we'll take the wins, Dubai. Okay.
yeah,
We'll take the wins.
Well, you definitely got big
I
plans.
appreciate you, sir.
Hey, you guys got big plans. So, and it takes a lot of work to get everything done, and everyone's got to have a job so they can pay their bills. So, life is what it is, right?
yeah.
But I think you guys are ambitious enough. And then
Sorry, but we missed that.
I say, I think you guys are ambitious enough. And you'll figure out what
We're
things you want to.
definitely motivated. We're definitely motivated, and before motivation, we were already very passionate. We love being on two wheels.
Yeah, and then and as you go, you'll decide what works and what doesn't work and all the rest of it, right?
I mean, here's something I think I can say comfortably between me and Dubai. In the London community, we've put more hours and kilometers than most. So we're in a position to take from our experience and seeing what works. We are trying something different. There were likely going to be bumps, but we've definitely put the hours, the kilometers specifically in London. So for me, this will be my 8th season. I think it's Dubai 6th or 7th, but
Right on.
international. But no, we're very passionate. We're very motivated. Oh boy, we're very motivated. Is that your pup?
Yeah, I got 3
Miso,
dogs.
over here. Here's my pup. Miso, up here. Say hi.
And no matter what, every interview, one of my dogs barks in it.
I'm actually surprised she's been quiet. She's usually very mouthy sometimes, especially when we have company.
Holy, Aiden's still riding, he said. Holy moly.
So for those that don't know Aiden, he turned 16 in August.
Oh,
He used to come to the spot with a motorcycle when he was 15, and because he obviously didn't have a license, he towed his bike to the spot. He would tow his bike to the car events and bike events, take the bike out of the truck, and just rev and make some noise to be part of the family. So that is a committed man. The problem is, got his license in August, the end of the season, and he just doesn't understand that he has to wait. So he's been riding hard since August. I don't think he's missed a day. If anyone wants to check out my Instagram, I have a few stories or posts of him riding in the snow. So we love him. We definitely love him. That's the noob master, and he knows what I'm talking about. He's a noob master. There he is. There he is. That's our noob master. Very proud of that kid. Good kid. Good kid. Well liked by, I think, everyone in the community. Regardless of part of the community you're in or whatnot, he's a good kid. He's well liked by everybody.
Nice, man.
He's still a noob though.
Well, you only got to be a noob for a little while. Oh, and Jess is mad about the white sweater.
Yeah, that's LSR creator only color. Sorry, no. Actually, I think there's another member who's also making one in white, so I can't claim the color, but it does look nice in white.
It does. Yeah, it's a good looking sweater. 100%. Oh, you guys have bunches. So all these things I'm rolling up to, like Michigan trip. Is that for this year, or was that last summer? Oh no, it's got to be this year.
So that was. If you're looking at our events page, that sounds like that was a member generated event actually. No, I think is that in July?
May 31st, Michigan trip.
Just before June.
Michigan trip?
That's so LSR member generated event. Yeah. So.
It says Saturday, February 15th is your first event at the Roten Grove meetup.
I appreciate you.
Look at you guys already getting going. Is that you? All right, let's see if that's you. No, this is Rockies. Okay. Rockies is trying to have a ride in February.
Rocky is trying to have a ride in February.
Harley Davidson.
Can Harley start in February?
I would probably. What he said, right? But I mean, I think it would just be a social event at the dealer. It would be probably a social event at the dealership.
Oh, bro, that's all I ride is Harleys. That's just it's a whole nother subsection of the biker culture, right?
I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
No, it is. It's another subsection, right? So some people don't understand the allure, and some days I don't understand the allure either. But that's the
I
bike.
I don't think I have it figured out.
Yeah, we'll do that. So Rack. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
I'm in agreement. Sign me up.
Yeah. We'll come on back in here and see how your first year went, man. 100%. Well, all right, gentlemen. I think that we pretty much touched on all the stuff I wanted to touch on. Was there more stuff you guys wanted to get out there?
Yes, it's more about the coming up season. Summer is going to be great. We're going to ride a lot.
We're very excited.
We're not going to stay in London. We're going to ride more out to Toronto and beyond. Like last year, I went all the way to Barrie to meet some bikers. So
nice.
We're not going to stay, in London. We're going to go out there in Toronto, Barrie, Ottawa. We're hoping Ottawa.
We're open to some bigger trips. I don't know if we'll get to it this season. I'm hopeful we can, but even bigger trips to the Dragon's Tail, out to Cambridge. Not Cambridge, sorry. I'm thinking Cottage Country, near Blue Mountain and whatnot. But I mean,
yeah, bro, I had that guy on for an interview.
He
also is the guy.
Oh my gosh, he beat me to it.
Yeah, even
I don't know how I came up with Cambridge.
The Lion's Tail. That guy, and he also.
I think it's called the Dragon's Tail. Or
the Dragon's Tail is in America, but there's one in Canada called the Lion's Tail, and it's up on the Bruce Peninsula.
Actually, someone just told me about that this past season. That's right.
Yeah,
that might be something we can do this year too.
I had him on for an interview. I think his name was Dan. He's a good guy. Here, I'll find it. Lion's Tail. Yeah, and it just takes you up and around Georgian Bay or Bruce Peninsula.
Yeah, so I'm only recently familiar with it.
Dan Castle was his name. Okay, so we're gonna share this one. Bam. So it's this one. So he's got his own.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, see, here's the map to it. See, it comes.
The only problem is we are in London and we have to go all the way up there.
Why is that a problem?
It's only about an hour and a half up from London.
Okay, then it's good because
I understand you are at age too, but I mean, the ride's a ride, sir.
See, so we're starting down there where my cursor is. I don't know if you can see my cursor. It's not too bad. It would take you, like you say, an hour and a half or so to get from London to the starting point. And then you spend the afternoon riding around, have supper, and come on home. That's a good Sunday.
PA motorcycle opening events, that's 2 hours.
Yeah.
And we do that annually when they usually happens in April.
I don't think this is 1 hour.
No, this is 4 hours.
It is 4 hours.
Yeah, 4 hours to October more.
Yes, Aiden, I saw your message.
It would be an all day. It would be an all day to take that ride.
It would be a 5 a.m. ride all the way up there.
You're waking up at
It would be a 5 a.m. ride all the way up there, lunch, and then back.
Give me your drinks. Give me your drinks so you have enough.
No, it'll be good. Anyways, all right, gentlemen. I want to thank you guys for coming on my channel and talking about the London Sports Riders. And I hope you guys have lots of success this year. And whenever I see of you guys for events, I'll make sure I get them in videos. And when I do that calendar, I'll get them on the calendar too, okay?
I'll definitely keep you looped in, Bob, and we appreciate you giving us this space, and we hope to see you in person one day soon too.
100%. Okay.
Appreciate you.
All right. Great to meet you guys and everybody in the chat. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for coming. It means the world to me. It really does. And keep checking back here on Biker News Canada. I do lots of interviews and keep everybody informed. All right. Thanks again, gentlemen.
See you
Love
later.
and respect. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.